that's not impressive, I don't know what is. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So it is Saturday, January 21st, right at noon, about 50 degrees, and absolutely nothing to do with bees today. Well, kinda. So as you saw, I have a new tool. I ended up buying a 4-stroke Troy-built weed eater, modified the Trimmer Plus brush cutter attachment, and threw that Forester 20-tooth chainsaw blade on there because I'm about to do some work out here in preparation for expanding the yard, cleaning some stuff up to make it a little easier to access and move around, all in preparations for spring, so about 60 days away. So if you haven't watched any previous videos, I basically made this path that comes directly from behind the house, which you might be able to see the roof line right about there, which makes it extremely easy. But the original Trimmer Plus brush cutter blade did a good job, but when it comes to some small saplings like that and the thicker brush, really wasn't up to snuff, which is why I bought that Forester blade. So I'm going to clean up the path, knock down a few smaller saplings. I'm going to widen this area right here so I can get behind the bees a little easier. I'm going to see what I can get done over there without moving too much equipment around today, just because that's such a hassle. But I would like to expand the yard this way, actually directly in the same path, in the same direction that the hive stand's going. So essentially probably knock down some of this brush over here. I might just shave off this corner here so it's more of a direct path from the original entrance. Clean up that area in front of the hives, so when I restock the yard this spring, whether that's swarms or making splits, it'll be nice and wide and open for them. Let's see, clean up some of this brush here, but more so really just clean this up here. Leave the smaller trees and saplings, but the underbrush for sure, just clean everything up. As you all can see, I need to basically scoop some of this up while it's nice and dry. We have an abundance of pine needles, which is an excellent fuel for your smoker. And then finally, before I get going, one of my big plans, maybe I'll do it today, maybe I won't, but extend the bee yard in that direction, which, as you can see, that is rather thick, and it might be quick work, it might not be. So TBD on that one. That'll be like the last thing I do. So yeah, we'll see how this Troy built 4-cycle 4-stroke weed eater goes with the Forester 20-tooth blade, saw blade, modified from the Trimmer Plus brush cutting attachment. So just wanted to share with y'all what you can do in your bee yard when it's a little on the cold side. Bees aren't necessarily flying, not a good time to get into the hives, but some things you can do to prepare for the spring if you're looking to expand your yard. So we are on just shy of 2 acres here. This protected wetlands natural area is just over an acre, and it was completely virgin land. Nobody's touched it, which is one of the reasons quite a few years ago I decided to put the bee yard over this way. So with all that said, wish me luck. Hopefully everything works well today. Do some brush clearing and just make this place a little more useful and more accessible. All right, here we go. All right, just a quick look at what I'm trying to do today. So I cleared this path out back in, I think, August. Like I said a few times, that original Trimmer Plus brush cutter did an okay job, but the thicker trees and whatnot, it was a struggle to get those knocked down. So So just a quick look at a few of the small stumps, or whatever you want to call it, that are left behind that I constantly trip over. And then I didn't want to cut this tree down originally, but it really creates a choke point here. Actually, that was the original, what was going on. So quite a few things just growing in this one area. But I left that, but after using this path for a few months, it definitely creates a choke point, so that might be going away today. And how I will be filming this is with this thing here. It's called a MyGo. I don't know if they're still around. I bought this out in San Diego, and I think the company was based out of that area back then. But it is a mouthpiece. I think it was a surf company. It's a mouthpiece. You just attach your GoPro on there. You can breathe through it. So I haven't used this thing since 2015. No real need to until today. So I'll show you what it looks like without the camera, of course. And I don't know, hopefully the video comes out okay. There you go. Yeah, so I got high hopes that it should give you a pretty good point of view look of what I'll be doing today. So wish me luck. Thanks for watching. All right, well, there you have it. Just a few minutes of use. Cut down a decent sized tree, probably 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Quick look. It does not have any sort of guard on it. And so far I'm just getting pelted with some of the debris. But honestly, this works a lot better than the unmodified Trimmer Plus brush cutter. So I'm just gonna whack all this thin stuff back and then move back into the bee yard like I showed you. And for that thinner stuff, it should make easy work with it. I definitely started with some of the harder brush, but yeah, I'll show you all the rest here in a second. And that was just about another 5 minutes or so, and I am very impressed. It cleaned up that section pretty fast. I have no doubt it'll do the same back there. So that's it for the point of view angle. I'm going to set up the tripod over on one of these empty deep boxes, face you all that way, and you can see firsthand just how easy it'll be to clear a lot of that underbrush. Very impressed with both. The 4-stroke Troy-Bilt seems to have enough power and torque to get through some of this brush here, and this Forester blade, this thing does not mess around. It's like having a small chainsaw on the end of your weed whacker or weed eater. All right, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the video. Just things to do during the winter if you want to clean up or have any plans to expand your bee yard. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. That might be it for now. Quick work, as y'all saw. As I say, I might be done. I still have other plans. More so, maybe cleaning up this area a bit. Not really sure. We'll see what I think of next. I want to kind of leave this alone. I mean, I do want to leave this alone. I might clean up this path a little, but springtime, when everything's in full bloom, it really keeps the bee yard secluded and protected from any winds. So, all right. Again, thanks for watching, everybody. Things to do in the winter when you can't really get into the bees. But maybe one final look at the yard. Pretty impressed. The reason I bought that Troy-Bilt is because we had a 2-cycle that we bought late 2015, started using it 2016 just for your typical yard work, and it's lasted ever since. It definitely needs some maintenance, some TLC, maybe a gasket or two, and maybe replace a few other minor things, but it still runs. It just kind of struggles a little bit, which is why we bought this one. So hopefully we get just as many, if not more, years out of this model. All right, that does it for me today, at least for this video. I might tinker around with knocking some of this down, but no real need to record it. So, all right, that's that. See y'all next time.